Good morning, Soul Sanctuary. This morning I've been asked to share a couple of things about being a father and being a man. And I was asked a question: what does it mean to be a man who has been created in the image of God? And for me to respond to that question, I feel that for a man to be created in the image of God, that man has to be a man that cares and provides for needs of his family and others within his capacity. Also, I feel that a man that is created after the image of God should be a man who seeks to nurture people's potential, and this may involve guiding them, encouraging them, challenging them, and sometimes admonishing them. And that man that's created in the image of God would desire to walk alongside people in the good and the bad times of life. So he's somebody that supports others in their times of needs. And I was asked also to name a man who has greatly influenced my life and why I would want them to be honored today. This got me thinking, and the person that came to my mind is my late maternal uncle, who by name is James Agila, because he greatly influenced my outlook to family as well as to life. He was a man who took care of his family in spite of challenges that he faced, and he reached out to others beyond his immediate family. And he was a man who always sought to lift other people up whenever he comes into contact with them. He was a man who identified potentials in people and actually pursued opportunities for them to be able to actualize their potential in life. So for me, he's been a great influence, and because of that, I tend to do things very similar to the way he led his life. It was quite interesting while he was alive. I told him before he became a Christian, because we all come from Roman Catholic background before I became a born again Christian, that you are really a very nice guy, and you're even better than a lot of us who claim to be born again Pentecostal Christians, but you need Christ in your life. And I thank God for the grace that he actually gave his life before he passed away. The next question I was asked had to do with how important is faith to me and my dependency on God. Though I did not come into what I would call a true relationship with God until I was over 25 years of age, my faith, that is my relationship with God, is very important to me. I've learned to depend on God to the point that I commit what is considered mundane or ordinary daily routine tasks into his hands. So sometimes when I'm driving, I actually talk to him about the route that I would take and so on like that. And I tell God when I pray or speak with him that if he does not grant me what I want, I accept whatever he does and I will move on without questioning whether he's a loving father or not, because I know that he does all things for the good of those who love him, even if they don't feel it's so. So when I look at what others regard as achievements, I can only say that it's because God granted me grace, unmerited favor, and led me along the way. So I strive every day to depend on God on everything that I do. Even when I'm going to a formal meeting with either a client or a staff, I will just say a brief prayer: Father, just help me and grant me wisdom on what is going to happen. And over the years, I've learned that He always comfort for me. So for me, I really want to say that my dependence on God is basically total, and I want to encourage everybody else to consider depending on God, because He's the only one that knows all things. So the last question I was asked has to do with what is something you consider to be a great personal success and why was it so significant? I feel that it's important for us to distinguish between personal and professional success, because personal success does not always mean professional success and the other way around. and I would rather share components of what I consider to be my personal success. And it includes the following: I have enduring and I would say supportive relationships in my life. I have a very good marital life. I have very good relationship with my children, even when our choices differ. And the network of relatives and friends that I have around me is really very strong, and some of them span over 5 decades. So for me, that is success, having such relationships around me. And in terms of my life, in terms of what I do, I also have a profession that I love, not for the money that it brings me, but for the impact on people and organizations. To the point that my work, I don't consider it as work anymore. I consider it more as a vocation, an opportunity to serve and to minister to other people. So I don't really get stressed out by what I do. So I really feel that God has granted me grace, what I call a merited favor and assistance. And He has done also that one in the sense that He has granted me contentment with opportunities and assets that I have. So my stress level is low, is manageable. So I would say that for me, my success, the way I've defined it, is significant for me because it gives me contentment in life, and I'm able to live through life without too much stress and to be able to be happy. So I thank you for this opportunity. Have a good day